right into it. How have you kind of found the process of working with us across the past 2 months?
Across the past 2 months, I found that there's a lot more traffic coming through the door. And it has reached out to people across Munster really. So that would be around the 6 counties of Cork. And I found that people are actually travelling up from other counties to be
Mhm.
here. So it is reaching out to more people, and the it's a lot busier than what it used to be.
What was it like when before kind of working with us in terms of the busyness, how your kind of clinic was?
Winter would be busy enough, but the summer months would actually, there would be a first dive in the summer,
Mhm.
and you wouldn't find as many people booking in the summer, so you could be quite quiet in the summer. And I found that it's a lot more busier now for the summertime, so it was
Mhm.
last summer wouldn't have been this busy in June.
And then in terms of, let's say, the first kind of 2 months working with us, how many now new leads and how many customers have we kind of brought in for you?
I don't know. I think we got a good few leads, didn't we? I think we got 70 something leads. And I think of about 10 new customers after 10, maybe 12 new customers coming through. And some of the leads that might have been from maybe a month ago, there has been like one or two have gotten contacted this week.
Mhm.
So it doesn't necessarily mean that they're not going to book yet, They're still maybes.
Yeah, lovely stuff. And then in terms of the kind of customers that have come through and from what we've done so far, how many have returned?
All of them.
All of them. So all 100% of the customers that have booked in have had their consultations they've come in for. Perfect. And then in terms of from initial launch, how fast did you start to see results coming in?
Straight away, the leads were coming in. The first day that the ad was run, the leads came in. And it was just kind of a matter of, we were dealing with anxiety, so it was kind of a matter of changing the ads around
Mm.
and stuff because people with anxiety find it hard to answer the phone. So
Yeah.
that was, a bit tricky there. So we kind of went with the chronic pain and fatigue, where that actually opened the door for people with anxiety then as well. So, and I've had a few customers that have told other people that have booked as well, their
Mhm.
family and friends. So it's the getting it out there at the start. They were coming in straight away. The leads were coming in almost immediately. It was a lot easier getting people booked in then, because I suppose when people are in chronic pain, they want to come straight away.
Yeah.
And it was a lot easier getting them in when we actually changed the ad around to more chronic pain. But it actually brought in a lot of people with anxiety as well, because a lot of the times anyway, chronic pain is from anxiety.
Yeah. Yeah. And then this is kind of a different type of question. What has been your favorite parts of the partnership that we've got so far?
Um, my favorite part is it.
Your favorite part, yeah. Don't be too kind.
I suppose the advice I got about the consultations,
Mhm.
it's something that I didn't do before, and he advised me on that. And I think that it was good to actually, it saved me time in the end, because it was good to actually get to know the client before they came and
Mhm.
get more information, so I knew who was coming in the door. You know, um, and I got a bit of advice on ways to run things and stuff like that. So yeah, I found that was a major change for me, was the having the consultation and not just having someone coming in the door,
Mhm.
and getting the advice on that, and meeting up and getting advice on what way to proceed with it.
Yeah, perfect. And then how has your experience been, not just on getting more customers through the door, but like managing your business as a whole? Have you found that it's been quite supportive? Have you found anything like that?
I'm less on social media, because I was always trying doing videos, and I was always, so even when I wasn't working, I was working.
Mm.
So, I was getting videos together, running videos on social media, always on the stories, always working. So I found that I seem to have stepped back from that a good bit. I'm not advertising as much.
Mhm.
So I have more time to spend with my family and friends.
Yeah. Do you feel like working with us, you've been able to kind of reclaim a lot of that time where you're worrying?
Yeah, it took away the worrying and always being at work.
Mhm.
So I was able to free myself up, which was helping me probably to manifest better as well because I wasn't so stuck in the business
Mhm.
all the time. So I was able to kind of step back, and when I have a day off now, it's actually a day off. So I can just, relax and not be worrying and not doing content and stuff like that. Now I still do content, but I'm not like forced to do it a
Mhm.
full day a week and stuff like that.
Yeah, so that, I mean, that makes me like really happy to hear because that's kind of what we do it for. Like
Yeah.
it is to make people's lives easier. And if you're saying that you finally get to take a day off where you actually you're present, you're with your family. For example, like yesterday in Kerry, you would have been there. You wouldn't have been stressing so much about work like previous years, would you?
No, no, I wouldn't have been doing content or taking videos and stuff to try and make more content. So I was able to step back a good bit from the whole social media side of it.
No, that's really nice to hear. It's really nice to hear. I genuinely mean that as well. Like, yeah. In addition to kind of what we've implemented in terms of the advertising, in terms of getting new customers, what have your thoughts been on like the websites and the extra work that we've been doing as well?
Yeah, I found the website is actually really good. The website's going to be going live now this week, but the whole outset of it has been sent on to me, and it looks really good. I'm using the links,
Mm,
and people have really said that they see a difference. It just seems more professional than the
yeah.
last website, and it's great having all those links that I can send them the link and they can book, and that really is helping me to
Mm,
look more professional. It just looks more professional. And I actually found, even though the website hasn't gone live yet, I'm getting a lot more through the website. So I'm
mhm.
getting a lot of more filling out the form on the website and coming through the email. So obviously, the traffic from the Facebook is going over onto the Google anyway.
For anyone on the fence, right, what would your kind of message to them be in terms of working with us?
First of all, I would say is just give it a go, because I know it's hard when you're in business and then you're paying out so much and everything, and then it's like it's hard to pay it out but sometimes you just have to pay it out to get it in.
Mm,
And basically it it gives you time to yourself. So the social media, like anyone running a business knows, it's a headache trying to do that. So it takes that away from you, but it's also going to bring in more customers. It looks more professional because somebody is delegating. It really is. It's delegating just so that you can do what you're actually good at, instead
mm.
of spending hours trying to do social media and stuff that you don't really know about. And it just takes so much time in the end, so you're actually losing out then on that time that you could be giving to customers and doing what you're good at, like.
How have you found it communicating with us? How has that been?
No,
Has
no,
it
you
been easy?
always come back straight away because you have an app where I could contact you, and you always come back nearly immediately to if I have any concerns or if there's anything I wanted to change or anything. You've always, yeah, been on standby there, really, like.
That's actually really, really nice kind of bit of feedback, especially with I didn't know that you'd been feeling like the first hand effect of having more time with your family. That
Yeah.
puts a like warm little fuzzy feeling in my heart. But for sure, that's kind of everything I wanted to cover. And so yeah, thank you very much. It's actually been an absolute pleasure working with you.